Welcome back to the Discount Property Investor Podcast. Our mission is to share what we have learned from our experience and the experience of others to help you make more money investing like a pro. We want to teach you how to create wealth by investing in real estate the Discount Property Investor way. To jumpstart your real estate investing career, visit freewholesalecourse.com, the most complete free course on wholesaling real estate ever. Thanks for tuning in.
We are live.
All right. Dave, how we doing?
We are doing good.
Good,
Welcome to
man.
the Discount Property Investor Podcast. Today, guys, we are going to be talking about Propstream. Propstream is one of our favorite tools. In fact, it is taken more power in my mind than the MLS because it pulls it in. And it's funny because I have MLS access, yet I haven't even logged into my MLS portal in 3 to 4 months probably.
So real quick, Propstream, really neat, allows you to pull comps. Like that's just one piece of it. Dave, let's talk about failure real quick.
Okay.
Let's talk about our investing journey and what we tried to start. We invested some of our own money into some friends of ours software that does just this. It accesses.
Well, we tried to do just this.
We tried. Well, yeah. It worked in one market. We tried. So we were a couple years ago, we're trying to do this.
That's right.
But guess what? We cut our losses. We said we failed. Moving forward, we focus on what we're good at, which is wholesaling, buying rentals, flipping properties. And that's what we do. So again, guys, you're going to fail in the wholesale business. You're going to fail at a lot of things. But it doesn't matter. You only fail when you quit or when you give up.
That's a great point. Yep.
So just keep on plowing forward. We found this Propstream tool works better than ours ever did. And again, we wouldn't look back. It's a game changer. When we started wholesaling, or at least when I did, you couldn't find comps. I mean, you could use Zillow and you could kind of backdoor and find the solds on Zillow, but that wasn't everything. You'd have to get an MLS or an agent with MLS access and ask them to run comps for you or become an assistant to them.
Or get your license.
Or exactly.
Just to get the access.
So again, there was this huge hurdle. Propstream has taken that away. Very, very cool. So how do you get Propstream, Dave? You can check out dpipodcast.com. Check out our toolkit.
Yeah, the toolkit's got a link for the free for actually to get a free trial, which is great.
Exactly. So you go down there and you'll just click on running MLS comps and motivated sellers list.
And if you're watching this video versus listening, there's a link in the description actually as well too.
Perfect. So to me, just that one piece of the Propstream alone makes it worthwhile. So much so that, I mean, Dave, even anyone who asks for coaching from us, we basically require it. Like, you have to get access to this.
Yeah.
You cannot do this business without knowing what properties are going to sell for.
But it's not just for that. But you're right.
I know. That's what I'm saying, though.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. That is so important. So I tell, we say, hey, listen, this is a requirement if you want to work with us and be in our coaching program. And the reason is because you have to be able to analyze properties first and foremost. But even if you have MLS access, you still are going to want to buy lists most likely if you're not creating your own. So the only way that somebody could join our program and not have access to this is if they were an agent or a broker and they had MLS access already and they drove for dollars every single day to create a big list.
Or they bought their list elsewhere, but why?
Right. Yeah. And that's the point. So buying your list elsewhere. Let's just back up for a second, Mike.
Let's do it.
When we first started, right? I'm talking 6 years ago, 7 years ago, doing real estate wholesaling full time.
Mm-hmm.
We were buying lists from List Source and Listability. Mm-hmm. And before we got the Yellow Letter HQ hookup, I was paying like between 12 and 15 cents a lead. I can't remember exactly, but it wasn't cheap.
Yeah, I think the best I ever got, I mean, yeah, it was usually 11.
So then once we got the deal from the direct mail house that we were working with, when we still do occasionally from time to time, they got us leads at 3 cents. And I thought, wow, this is crazy. This is like a fourth of what I had been paying for the previous year. So let's just say it was 15 cents. So it went from 15 cents to 3 cents. Well, with Propstream, it's 1 cent. literally, because you get 10,000 exports. It's about $100 a month, and you get, so that's leads for 1 cent. Now, the cool thing is it's not just motivated seller leads. It's any export. So you can get cash buyers. You could get motivated sellers by any category: vacants, absentee owned, high equity, unknown sale date, you name it. Not only in your own market, but anywhere in the United States, which is amazing, because if you aren't doing local wholesaling, you're maybe doing it virtually, you don't have to go get access to multiple MLSs across the country. It's literally a one-stop shop.
Yeah, very cool.
I love it. So Propstream is basically required for our students, and they just launched a mobile app literally, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and the mobile app is awesome. So the cool thing about Propstream is it's about $100 a month. I think it's $97 a month. Again, use the link in the description to get a free trial for 7 days and check it out, or go to dpipodcast.com and click on the toolkit, and you can get a link to that free trial as well. But the cool thing is there's unlimited searches, right? So whenever, the only thing that they limit you, and you can obviously buy more, is the exports, right? So you basically can get 10,000 exports a month for $100. That's a penny a piece, right? If you need 15,000 or 20,000, you can upgrade your service, but you typically don't need more than that a month, especially if you're getting started. You're not doing a ton of business. But when it comes to running comps, there's no limit on that. And you can go in and you can see both on market and off market, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's really slick.
So you can see the comps for both. One of my favorite things about it is it's not just giving you data on the property like Zillow would, like bed, bath, square footage, but it's also giving you those comps, which is basically what you would need the MLS for. And, like you said earlier, you can kind of run comps with Zillow, but it's not designed to do that. And it's not something that I would really trust either, right? But beyond that, it tells you information about the taxes and the entity or name of the owners. It also shows you the mortgage information and when they got the mortgage and what bank they used and what the original mortgage was for, and then it estimates what it might be today.
Well, what's so cool is that it's right there all in one on the first screen when you pull it up. Like, so you can get all that through the MLS, like, I mean, we've talked about, but you have to go into different pages and different things because it's not, that's not typically what someone's looking for.
Right.
But again, when you're an investor, those are all the things that you want to see is, who owns it? What's their mortgage about? Because if they got a mortgage 5 years ago, you can kind of figure out about how much they owe. Mm-hmm. So all that stuff is just right there in your face once you pull up that property. Very, very cool. Dave, you had mentioned the app. So what's cool about the app and
it's very basic, but that's what I like about it.
Yeah,
right?
Well, you don't need a lot.
You don't need a lot. So when you log into the app, and you have to have a subscription, but if you get the free trial, it's the same login on a computer as it is on the app. So it makes it really easy. So if you already have it, you can get the app. If you get the trial, you can use the app in the meantime to play around with it. But when you log in, it takes you to like a search page, right? And the search page allows you to search by address, APN, which is like a county parcel number, essentially, or you can go to geolocate, which essentially just pulls up a map and it puts you in it shows your location, so you can find nearby properties. So it allows you to search in multiple different ways to find the particular property that you want, and this is really just for analyzing. It's for determining, what the estimated value might be, what other houses in the area are going for. It's very, very user-friendly and easy to use. Now, once you do pull up a particular property, it gives you a lot of other options. So basically, it starts with the details of the property, right? From there, you can go and you can look at tax information or transaction history, even open loans. But then it has different tabs. So the tabs are comps, which is awesome because you can then pull the comps, and it shows you on the map those particular comps. So you can filter out the ones that may not be good comps for you. It also has an opportunity tab, which basically gives you an estimated value. It shows the last sale date, and then, of course, any mortgages that are on the property. Now, Mike, why would it be helpful to know if somebody has a mortgage and what that number might be?
Because you're going to figure out what they owe on the property. So to me, the mortgage was kind of just a way to figure out if someone's being truthful truthful or not too. Knowing if they have a mortgage and they're like, oh yeah, I've got a mortgage, I owe $200,000, and you look at the info on there and it says mortgage taken out 3 years ago, 150,000 was the mortgage. Well, then you know they may not be 100% honest with you at that point, and that's okay. You just need to build more rapport and figure out what's going on.
Absolutely.
But it just kind of gives you a little bit of insight about the property. Another reason it's helpful is you know what they owe. Again, you don't know exactly because, again, it's going to show you when the mortgage was taken out and what that number was. So you're going to have to kind of figure out if it was 5 years ago, maybe they paid off 10 grand. Or if it was 25 years ago, well, it's probably pretty close to free and clear.
Right.
Or if they just refinanced it, shoot, they probably owe a lot of money on it still, or whatever that amount is.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's just very, very helpful to know if they have equity in that property or not. So when you get them on the phone, you can see, okay, this property, the Propstream app shows you this. It shows you, hey, we think that it's worth about this. It provides you the comps, and then it says they owe about this. So again, you can see all that info in about 5 seconds, figure out if there's equity in the property. Is this even a deal worth pursuing? Should I continue talking to this person, following up, et cetera, et cetera?
Love it. So much data.
Yeah.
So that's the opportunity tab. Then you have a skip trace. And you can run an instant skip trace on any property owner to get phone numbers and email addresses. From here, they just added this too. Mike, this is really cool, but you can also send postcards now.
Nice.
From Propstream.
So that's very cool. I didn't
skip trace. You can also do direct mail directly from the app or the login online. It all works together. Very, very cool. You can also pull up docs. So you can see like property comps. You can see the assessor's map. You can actually pull a CMA, which is a comparative market analysis, to help you determine, what that property might be worth. It has directions, and then it has the ability to share. Now, that's all just in the search, which is awesome. Next, you have like favorited properties, and you can filter by those. They've also added driving for dollars, which is so cool. So you can turn on and off your drives. You can set filters for your drive. Or you can just click Just Drive, and it'll start tracking your drive. And it'll show you all the properties that you plot while you're driving, and it'll also trace your route. So that's built into this app. I mean, they're trying to become the all-in-one resource for running comps, pulling lists, and driving for dollars, and they're crushing it. They're doing really well. Also, I had mentioned skip tracing and the direct mail. Very, very cool. Then there's a history. Of course, you can kind of see where you're at. And then there's help videos on here, account information, news and updates, and, of course, customer support. So the app, I think, is a game changer, Mike, because if you're in the field and you come across a property, you can add it to the driving for dollars. You can do an instant skip trace, or you can just go ahead and start sending mail to those people all from your phone in the field. Very, 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 very helpful. I love it.
Yeah, the game is just so different than before with technology.
Isn't it?
It's a few years and just things change so much. I'm sure every industry can say that, but it's just, it's fun to be a part of it here in the real estate industry where, again, there's big profits to be made wholesaling, guys.
There really is.
So, yeah, right. If you're interested in it, you've got to, again, this would be a great first step to start taking action is to check out this trial at least. Like we said, there's a link out there on our dpipodcast.com or in the show notes below. You can click on that and check out Propstream.
And you know what else they do that I didn't even mention is they do kind of like a list stacking, which is really cool. So if you go pull a criteria on a particular zip code or county that, let's say, is vacant properties with high equity, that, the last sale date was 10 plus years. Like, let's just say that's the criteria. Kind of random, doesn't matter. But let's say I go back in 3 weeks and I want to pull that same list. I can only see the ones that were added to that criteria versus the entire one and vice versa. So they definitely help with some list stacking as well. Really, Propstream is kind of a no-brainer, guys. Unless you're an agent, a broker, or an assistant to an agent or broker, and you already have MLS access and you aren't buying comps, that's the only reason that you wouldn't. I'm sorry, you're not buying lists. That's the only reason that you wouldn't want and or need this software. Essentially, it's the first thing we point our students to because what's important about wholesaling? Well, there's 3 pillars: marketing, making offers, and following up. The marketing doesn't necessarily require it, but making offers does. You need to know how to make an offer. And there's a simple formula, but you have to start with the ARV in mind. And that's where knowing the comps of a property is so important, right? So if you are starting with the ARV to figure out your offer, if that's where you start, not knowing what that number is devastating to your business. How are you going to make a good offer if you don't know how to work the equation? And the first part of it is knowing the values.
Yep.
So it's so simple. So guys, Propstream is one of our favorite softwares. Again, go check it out, dpipodcast.com, and then click on the toolkit to get a free trial, or click the link in the description of this video if you're watching. Go check it out. You get 7 days for free. That includes access to the app, and it's about $100 a month. So we get it. It's not the cheapest software out there, but it's worth 10 times that, in my own opinion, because it has so much value. It's not just analyzing. It's also pulling these lists of motivated sellers, pulling lists of cash buyers. Derek sells his deals, one of our students, from that method. I love that method, right? Driving for dollars, mobile app, unlimited searches. You got to check it out, guys. dpipodcast.com. Toolkit, check that out.
Check the toolkit
Or again, check out or click the link in this video. Signing off, guys. Go get Propstream. It is required. Thanks for listening to the Discount Property Investor Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to help us reach a wider audience. To jumpstart your real estate investing career, please visit freewholesalecourse.com, the most complete free course on wholesaling real estate ever. We would also appreciate it if you left us a review on iTunes or Stitcher. Thank you in advance for your support, and remember, you make your money when you buy, and you get paid when you sell. Now let's go build some wealth.